So how strong do you have to be to lift a dragon? And how quick do you have to be to jump over cannonballs? And how patient do you have to be to get your princess back from the same giant turtle dragon for the 20th time? This is the first installment of Outside of Smash, where characters in the Smash Bros. Series get taken out of the game's mechanics and see how strong they are in their game, then put back into Smash. So like, this threatening little fucker right here, we rated off how strong he is in his game, and well... Mario, the creation of Shigeru Miyamoto that has influenced so much of the games that came later on. Mario in Smash Bros. Hasn't been one of the most craziest characters. To most, he's as basic as it gets. From what Mario games people have played, they would just think that Mario doesn't have too much to him. He just beats Bowser, saves Peach, and that's about it. Thinking about how he's just a regular plumber and all. But I'm gonna show you what makes Mario way bigger than average. Matter of fact, he's closer to being the level of Superman if anything. Oh, and Superman beat Goku, so that means Mario could Goku up. The first sign of Mario's strength was in Super Mario World. At the end of Castle 2, Mario stomps and destroys the castle that he was just in, and it's ridiculously huge on the inside, let's remember that. From a blog by Sean98 and actual canon information, Mario's 5'1", blocks being around 3.5 feet. So if every block is 3.5 in length, top to bottom, and that would make the whole stage about 787.5 feet in height, then about 707 feet wide. It was more of a taller stage because of the climbing and stuff. So with cubic mathematics here and there, Morton's castle comes at a whopping 1,022,401,537.5 pounds. Now what you're probably saying is, well, he didn't lift it, he destroyed it. Well, my argument to that is, you gotta be really strong to destroy all that with your legs, like, really strong. To the topic of lifting, Castle 7 in Super Mario World, while implementing the same things as we did before with the weight of the blocks and all that, and the whole mass times whatever the fuck, Larry's castle is bigger than Morton's, and you can go look that up. The weight of the castle came at a whopping 203,501,923,216 pounds. You heard me, 203 billion. And remember what I was saying about lifting. He grabs the whole castle and kicks it to the side like it's a soccer ball. And if we want to run it back to go to Castle 3, Mario grabs a hammer bigger than him and destroys the whole castle. First off, that's a big hammer. Second off, he destroyed the whole castle. Like Mario didn't give a all of that strength from pulling Luigi's weight. Now let's get into Mario's legs. That could have been phrased so much better. We all know that Mario can jump. Short jump, high jump, jump backwards, jump man. The thing is, to jump as high as Mario, the leg strength on him has to be stupid ridiculous. Now let's get into comparisons. The average person can jump about 2 feet. Michael Jordan jumped at his highest 4 feet, and the world's highest jump was 5 feet. Now Mario's jumping skills. Let's take this back to Super Mario Sunshine, where everything was all shiny, flashy, colorful, and this was the only game you could buy on a GameCube that wasn't Melee. Delfino Plaza had an underground sewer system that led Mario into other places to find coins, items, and probably a lot of shit. But focus on how Mario jumps out of the sewer as soon as he wants to get out. If you could notice his jump and compare it to the buildings, that one jump was 5 stories high. Now think, he didn't even double jump that. I don't know if Mario can double jump out of that in Sunshine, but if he double jumped like that in every one of his other games, that's with his first jump being 5 stories, his other jump would be at least 3/4 or the same size as the first jump, which makes both of the jumps up to about 8.5 to 10 stories, which would make it 95 feet higher than the world's highest jump, meaning it's 20 times higher in generalized terms. Now the speed is a big part about the whole ability strength thing, because mass times velocity equals momentum, which is different than lifting and all that. So let's get into Mario speed. The first case where we see Mario's high speed is in Super Mario 64, the race that he has against Koopa the Quick. Before I start this, I know people are gonna attack me on this. Oh, you can't compare Mario's physics to real life physics. They're totally different. Well, before I get into 64, let's move into Mario and Luigi Dream Team. Prince Dreambert, Prince of the Pillow People, Prince of the Pillow People, Pillow People, Pillow People, okay. The prince mentions centrifugal force, which is an aspect of physics. Now you guys can get into that if you want to. but that shows that the Mario's universe isn't that far from others. Differences in the gravity and more, but that's like another thing that we can get into on the side. So, back to 64, Koopa the Quick. After you beat him a second time, he goes on a tangent saying, "No way, you beat me again, and I just spent my entire savings on these new Koopa Mach 1 sprint shoes." So Koopa the Quick was going at the speed of Mach 1, and Mario beat him. That was the first sign of which Mario should be supersonic. The next example is from Super Paper Mario, the beatboxers. These enemies can shoot sound waves as an attack. The thing is that Mario can outrun these sound wave attacks, even 2 times faster than the actual waves. The fact that he's running 2 times faster than the waves puts him faster than the speed of sound at Mach 2. And yes, he's outrunning sound waves. In this world, cannonballs don't lose gravity and move at the same speed the whole time, and Mario can jump on these and run faster than them. Now let's remember that cannonballs at their fastest go to the speed at Mach 34. And you guys would think that bullet bills have a whole different aspect and how they're slower and all, but the thing is that you have to think about it from Mario's perspective, that maybe those aren't slow, but Mario's fast. That's a reach. But I think I'm going to get into this later on after I get into the next one. Now, I can get into Mario Party 6 and Mario and characters can outrun a black hole, or I can get into how in Super Paper Mario Chapter 4-1, which would make Mario cross 4.367 light years in 12 hours, which would make him 3,190 times faster than the speed of light. But the last thing that I mentioned is going to be bigger than both of those things together. Mario Party 3, the Millennium Star. I'm going to read you guys the dialogue so you guys get this 100%. Now let me just get my reader's voice. In the center of the vast universe, a remarkably bright star was born. It was a star that is born only once in 1,000 years, the Millennium Star. According to the legend, whoever possessed the mystical star was destined to become the superstar of the universe. However, since the Millennium Star was but a newborn, it fell out of the sky. Around that time, Mario and his friends were happily relaxing when suddenly the Millennium Star came crashing down. Mario and his friends soon began arguing who should keep the Millennium Star. Now we're gonna need some bullet points for this. Now the first bullet point is that this was in the center of the vast universe, in the dead center of the universe where the Millennium Star was. Second, since the Millennium Star was but a newborn, it fell from the sky. Third, around that time the Millennium Star came crashing down. Now let's pick it apart from just there. If the Mushroom Kingdom was anywhere near close to the center of the universe, it would have been destroyed long ago. You guys should understand how supernovas work and all of that. So we're gonna put the Mushroom Kingdom planet around the same distance as half of the radius of the universe. The radius of the universe being 46.6 billion light years away. Now take that into considering that they said around that time. Counting off from dialogue to the Millennium Star actually crashing down, which took 8 to 9 seconds, the acceleration for that would have to be... Now guys, I want you to sit down for this, so this is going to be a really big number. 35 sextillion, 268 quintillion, 849 quadrillion, 229 trillion kilometers per second. With the average velocity of... I need you guys to sit down again, this is going to be another really big number. 147 quadrillion, 55 trillion, 275 billion, 153 million, 52,716 times the speed of light. And guess what? Each one of the characters that could battle the Millennium Star all match up to a speed. That means all of them. And if you guys don't understand the power of speed, the speed of Mario's punch would make it as strong as 2 quadrillion 787 trillion 523 billion 901 million megatons, which would make it 55 trillion 750 billion 478 million stronger than the Tsar Bomba. Also, if you want to get into comparisons, Mario is indeed lesser than Prime 1 Million Superman. I mean, obviously. But comparing his speed to the regular, emphasis on regular Superman, Mario is faster. Now, you're probably thinking 3 of these thoughts. 1, this is fucking stupid. 2, I can't believe that he's that strong. 3, if he's that strong and fast, then how come he can't do this stuff all of the time? Think about how much energy that would take out of Mario. Lifting and throwing a castle would take about 1/10 or more of his energy. Then he has to do a lot of it to get that back, which involves a lot of eating. So Mario can do all of these things, but at the end of the day, Everyone needs their rest. But here's the thing, to be fair, I didn't incorporate any power-ups into this. Now, if we add power-ups into those ridiculous stats already, then, I mean, come on. Have you heard of White Tanuki Mario? He's invincible until the level is over. Now, if you replace level with fights, and he was invincible till the fight is over, then I guess you know where I'm going with this. So the final verdict being me putting Mario in either A or A+. We're gonna figure out more once we get more characters onto the roster, and maybe people are gonna get shifted here and there, but that's about it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this. This is the first installment of Outside of Smash. I want you guys to comment your characters, and if this is causing some more controversy for you guys, I hope it does, because this is gonna get some people more involved in characters, make people do some math here and there, and I don't know, it's gonna make people get active, hopefully. That's the whole purpose of this whole series. But if you want to comment some things to correct me on, I'd go ahead and comment. I'm reading the comments anyway, so you guys something to say, comment your characters, whatever the heck you guys want to do. You guys, yeah, I'm here for y'all. I just want you to know that. So you comment your stuff, I'll read it and do something about it probably later or so. But yeah, this has been Caleb. I love Mario 64. Jeez, and peace out. Godspeed. Okay, tell me why in Mario Kart that the bullet bill goes fast, but you're trying to tell me that bullet bills in general are slow, when bullet bills make you accelerate in speed and go zoom zoom fast, like really fucking quick. But no, you're trying to tell me that's slow. No, that these bullet bills are fast, and that in the game it looks slow. Basically, I don't know, maybe Mario Kart just works differently. I just continue the fucking outro.